Hello, and welcome to the Mountain Hideaway. And hello for Women's International Day, celebrating all the women out there in the world. And I am coming to you from my corner. I'm actually outside on the porch. It is gorgeous. So I am removing my wood pile and praying that we won't have any more cold weather. So I just wanted to thank Claire Venus for reminding me of today, and I wanted to share my voice into this space to celebrate and honor some of the women in my life. Um, and I have been going through journals and clearing out a bunch of space before spring. On the equinox, and I am trying to get a little bit more organized and clearing some space. And so, one thing I have found is some old journals that I created, and this one was from over 10 years ago. Both of these were, I have two that I made through the mentorship of Lisa Sonora, and this began my journey of creativity and visual journaling. And it's been really interesting to, I'll do a separate video going through some of the images on here. But I basically just did 8 by 11 construction paper. And I glued in, this one was about travel. So I have a map, and I have images that I cut out of magazines, glued in, and then each day I had a prompt and a poem. So I like this one, I love the woman on the train. And so this kind of started my beginning through visual journaling. So this quote, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, Rumi. And so I have been going through my journals, and it's really interesting to notice how many of the images continue to show up. I have a lot of nature. I have a lot of yoga. I have a lot of traveling, simplicity. And so it's been really interesting to see the journey and the theme that keeps coming up through my journaling. So that was one. And then the other one was about fire. And one of the quotes in here I like is courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day whispering, I will try again tomorrow. Mary Ann Rock Radmacher. And I like the image of the woman meditating. So it's interesting how many themes keep coming up. And so that got me on the path to continue to look through my journals. And last year, I was actually in Oaxaca, which is why I am wearing my creative apron from Oaxaca. And I was on an artist retreat with Lisa Sonora, and I had created this book that I am coming back to now. And I spent, gosh, over a week there and playing in my journal. And it was interesting because one of the images I want to show you was I created this one, and it was how I wanted my business to feel. And it's always such an interesting process because there's a lot of different layers. These are some pieces that I got from Lisa's stash, and these were some of the images that I brought from home. And so I used this process to also work with Lauren Barber on in her program Essence and Hearth. And it was kind of connecting to my soul work, my heart work for my business and my new website. So this definitely inspired that. And and then I have here's one of my ones for my divine play, my creativity, my intention to stay creative. And then I have, let's see, where is it? And then I have this one that with my connection, one of the things that my intention is to stay connected to family and friends and to build community. And I love this room. So I had this as my flap, and then I opened it up, and I just love this image. I love the image of women sitting together, they're knitting, smiling, chatting. And I actually have been craving this my entire life is to be able to sit around with a group of women and have juicy conversations, to be creative and to connect. And it definitely brings more joy into my life. And growing up, um, I moved around a lot as a kid, and I was always the new kid. And I have vivid memories of standing in front of the class and saying, "Hi, my name is Blythe." And sometimes I would only be there for about a year and a half. Other times, I maybe got to stay for three years. And it was always really, really hard because I was the new kid, and a lot of the children had lived there their entire lives, and it was really hard to um, make good, really deep friendships. And so that's something that has followed me through my life. And I have always been seeking my tribe of women. And when I had kids, I got closer. I had a group of women, and we would circle up on the full moon, and we would gather with our kids, and we would knit and chat and really support one another. And that was very, very special to me. And then when I moved away down here, I lost that group of women, and so I was really lonely, really, really lonely. And it was hard. My kids were homeschooled, so I didn't have that connection. And I found people online, and that was how I found my tribe. And so I met Natalie Russo online, wonderful soul out in Canada, and I learned about astrology and astrological calendar and seasons and uh, being using plants and navigating my world and getting to know my plants and making different tinctures and salves and bath salts. And she's also a yoga teacher, so I learned a lot about that. Took all of her classes, and then met Leva Brown, who I continue to work with astrology and yoga. And so that was like the beginning of opening my world. And then I found Lisa Sonora, so that opened my world to creativity, and took all of her courses. And I am actually taking a year-long course with her. And so this is another journal I have. Let's see, it's not this one. Where is it? This one, her Art Guidance program. And so I started a journal for this one, and I'm adding magazine images, and some of them cover writing and journaling. I love to paint my pages. A very popular thing to do. And like this page, this is kind of where I am right now. This is me in the mountains. I have there's my little dot. I'm right here, right on the edge of North Carolina in the mountains, Appalachian Mountains. And we're going through the heroine's journey. So I take my class notes in my visual journal, and it is a way for me to connect to the process so that I can teach it. And also, it's a lot of fun. So this was about kind of our inner child. And so there I am, short curly hair. And it's just, yeah, a way to process. And this one was about masks, removing masks. I just love this woman. She reminds me of the wild woman. And then I'm also taking a cacao facilitator program with Laura Durbin here on Substack. And I created a journal for this. Here's my Keith cacao that I drink, and I made a cacao plant. And as I work through her program, I am taking notes and just following the journey. And for the different dietas, I have created separate books for those. And there's a new one coming on. And for a lot of the pages in this one, I've added gold. It just kind of reminds me of a very it's just craft paint, and I put gold on top of the pages, a little extra special, and just I cut out words and images. Just helps me process the material, weaving the tarot cards in with it also. And then, yeah, and then this one, showing them all today. This one I did yesterday, and this was kind of where I am right now in my life and in my process. And it's kind of here's the mirror of just like stepping into a mirror of right now. So it was kind of fun. Instead of a dreaming, it was basically about where I am today. And I did this work with Megan Genge and her group, The Answer, which I am a part of. And so again, here's another one. I got my little young girl. I'm doing a lot of playing right now. And this is the Blue Ridge Mountain, Grandfather Mountain, where I've been going out hiking. There's our year of the fire horse, reminding us of this. And we're getting ready for spring. It's coming. It's coming. Um, and it just made me, as I was going through all my journals, it made me really connect to this image today. Um, it's the Three of Cups from the Light Seers deck. And I love this image of the women. There was something so, so special about gathering under the full moon with women. And we'd have a big fire and just connect and share. And as much as I look forward to doing this more often in person, until I find it, I um, I use online, and I have a lot of the lovely women who I have met and connected to. Yeah, I found my tribe. I have lots of little pockets of tribe, and this is the other card that is really fuels me right now. Is I love this. This is from the Light Seers deck too. It's the Ace of Cups. And it's basically kind of the beginning. And this is where everything starts for me is out of my heart, my joy, my devotion, and just really sourcing this within before pouring it out. And yeah, so these are the two cards I've been working for. And for this one, there was a really nice quote that Chris Ann shared. It says, I connect into this sacred siblinghood and into this expansive experience of witnessing through time. And the theme was kind of this weaving. And I have all of these threads. I have, yoga and astrology and seasonal living, simplicity, nature, travel, creativity. And really, all of them are sourced through this. This is it for me. And it's just my heart and offering my heart to all those. And so I am sending much love to all the women out there and all the women that came before us and all the lovely girls that are being raised now. And I send so much love and support to you all. And yeah, my heart is with you all today. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.